Welcome, everybody. My name is Kathy Weathersby. I'm the VP of Finance for Wakana, and it's my pleasure to bring to you our CEO. See, she's the visionary of Wakana. Without her vision, when she was willing to give from her heart, without God placing that vision of Wakana into her, we would not be here. And so we're just so happy to be locked arms with a woman who is an author, a co-author, a person who left corporate America at the tender age of 33 and a half, went on to build a business that attracted teams from over 46 countries. She got the vision for Wakana, and she and the C-suite that is coming before you tonight have laid out a plan to take Wakana to the next level. It is my pleasure to introduce to you guys, bring to the stage my friend and my mentor, Melissa Boston.
Wow, Kathy, thank you so much. I am so honored. I'm so humbled. Just love and appreciate you so much. Kathy is so modest. She's not only our VP of Finance, she's an Emerald Director here at our company, but she's also coaching and mentoring thousands of people across the country, Kathy. So just appreciate all that you do. And yes, it's exciting when we can take first a relationship where we started as strangers, then we became friends, business partners, and now look at what's happened, like family. So appreciate you. And hello. This is so exciting. I want to welcome everyone to the line. We might just pack this call out. I think there's 300 spots, okay? We're already at 212. Oh my goodness, that's exactly the temperature you need to take water and turn it into enough steam to power a locomotive, okay? And that's really what we're doing tonight. We're going to talk about this train that's not just boarding, but it is absolutely ready to take off. And we hope each and every one of you join us on this exciting mission, this exciting vision, because this is our last year, okay, for the founding members program as it relates to new enrollments, which means after this year, each and every one of you who've locked in your spot, you're a part of an elite group, you're a part of a special group that will forever override on this company as we grow into 10, 20, 30, 40 million, as we go to $1 billion. You're the group that made the decision. Some of you back in 2019, some of you did it in 2020, some of you did it in 2021. But here's the good news. There's one more opportunity, okay? One more opportunity for you to lock in your spot. In fact, I want to show the slide we just showed first, and that says new enrollment for our 1% gross revenue founding member program. It ends on November 30th, okay? But you have a very unique opportunity to be a part of it right now and actually take advantage of some exciting perks and benefits. And I do want to take a moment to really just give it up for our staff. I mean, we have one of the most amazing teams, corporate teams in the world. You can put our team up against any Fortune 500 company. And I'm telling you what, this team will knock it off the park. In fact, some of you are going to hear from some of them tonight, okay? So they're going to actually come up. You're going to meet some of our C-suite tonight, some of those who you might not have met before, like our CFO and our COO. So we're super excited to introduce each and one of them to each and every one of you. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I have a question for you. You know, what opportunity did you miss? You know, we can all think about that time in our life. We were at the right place at the right time, but we just didn't take advantage of an opportunity. I know if I track back, okay, to 2001, for me, it was actually Google stock. I had the opportunity when I was in my living room in New Jersey. I was actually talking to a broker, and he was advising me about this company coming out called Google. They were about to do an IPO, and I'm hearing about this pre-IPO. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. You know, that was an opportunity that I passed up because at the time, what was a Google, right? I mean, it didn't even make sense to me at the time. Google didn't exist then. But if you think about those who took advantage of it, it actually opened up at $85 a share. It then went to $300 a share. It went to $600 a share. It split 3 times. But see, if I had taken advantage of that opportunity back then, I probably wouldn't even be on this call right now, right? So sometimes God has something different for us. And so I'm thankful that I didn't, because it then led me to actually start this company, Wakana. And now I want you to think about for you, what was it? You know, was it Microsoft? Was it Apple? Was it even Amway? You might think Amway, what kind of opportunity is that? Well, Amway does $9 billion a year. I'm going to say that again. Amway does $9 billion a year. And do you know that the first 5 people that decided to stay with Amway override more than 60% of that $9 billion? Many of us joined Amway. In fact, they got me twice, Amway and then Quickstar, but I didn't see that opportunity. Not every opportunity is for us, but understand that poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. I'm going to say that again. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Tonight, you're going to have an opportunity, not just to hear about something, but actually get yourself positioned, get your family positioned, because we're offering one last opportunity for you to share in 1% of our company's gross revenue. And so before we get into all the details, I think it's highly important that you understand a little bit more about our company and how it works. And I have the best person to do this for you. She's going to break it down like none other. She's someone who's not only a dear friend and now family, I mean, just seriously, like another mother to me, but just the most phenomenal business partner. I consider her my right hand. She's someone who's been there from the beginning and is absolutely one of the biggest reasons why we've had this massive success. Not only was she she was our first diamond. She was our first double diamond. She is our chief sales officer. She's our midwife. She's helping all of us give birth to unlimited possibilities. And I want her to come on, share with you a little bit about our company so that you can really understand why this is the right place at the right time. So without any further ado, Phyllis Nash, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. I'm excited. As you all know, my famous words. Here I go, sharing my screen. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. Okay, where'd it go? I had it all set up, but that's what happens. But I'm going to be okay. This totally went away from me. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties that won't last that long. There you go. Can you see my screen now? Can you see
yes,
my
we
screen?
can. Yes.
Okay, guys, well, I'm excited. That kind of calmed me down. I was going to come on here. I was so excited, but I'm still excited. Glad to be here. And Melissa says I'm like a mother to her. I'd like to let you all know that at times she is the mother of all of us. But that's okay, because when you have a leader and they're leading you the right way, what do? You follow. I'm very coachable, but I am so excited to be here tonight because this is your legacy. And I want to share a little with you about our phenomenal company. See, we launched on April 20th of 2019. That's almost 3.5 years ago, guys. It's passed so quickly. With our line of CBD products and essential oils. In 2020, we expanded to include a complete line of wellness and weight management products. Now, in 2021, we introduced the Flat Belly Lifestyle. Right now, we have more than 24,000 customers. Our executive team has 100+ years of combined experience in the direct sales industry and have helped shape and guide multi-billion-dollar companies. We reinvest 1% of gross profit to empower undeserved communities. Now, our organizational map, our Wakana headquarter organizational map, our visionary, our CEO, our leader, Melissa Boston, is the Chief Executive Officer. Then there is Dr. Patricia Van Pelt, who is the president. I, Dr. Rita, is your Chief Medical Officer. I am the Chief Sales Officer. And then we have Ron Archie, our Chief Financial Officer. Christian Phillips, some of you might not know, but I have known him since he was a teenager, a genius teenager at that, is our Chief Operations Officer. And then we have Errol Doris is our director of creative director. Guys, you know what? I am a baby boomer, Melissa. You got these little
Oh, you
bit.
don't have to read those. Sorry.
But then
You're doing a great job, but you don't have to read all those.
and then under Dr. Rita, you have working Dr. Joy, who is working in compliance and director of quality insurance. And then our medical advisory board that we are so absolutely proud of, staff with social workers, PharmDs, MDs, psychologists, psychiatrists, nurse practitioners, and nurses. Guys, we are proud of them. Under the CSO is Sylvia Covington, the director of, director of customer service, as well as Dan Johnson, our VP of training. And right now we have a vacant position of VP of business, but we will be filling that soon. And working with Ron Archie, our CFO, is none other than the phenomenal Kathy Weathersby, who opened us up this evening. She wears a lot of hats at Wakanda. She is the VP of finance. Christian Phillips heads up our Shannon King, who is our VP of marketing, and also Tracy Bolton, VP of our operations. And then you have Claudia Muhammad. Tara Shackelford right now is director of operations. Gail King, Sylvia Covington is working with Christian Phillips as the director of customer service. Tariq Rogers is our customer service and support. You all love our customer service team, along with Sharon Rogers. And working with Tracy Bolton is Sherry, Shannon Stevenson, and Delvin Hampton. And that is our organizational map. That is our corporate team. And like Melissa said before, we cannot say enough about each and every one of them. And so the C-suite, guys, some of you have never been introduced to the C-suite, but leading off is Ron Archie, our CPA, he is a CPA and our CFO. Then you have Christian Phillips, our COO. Of course, Melissa Boston, our CEO, myself, Phyllis Nash, CSO, and Rita J. McGuire, our CMO. That heads up the C-suite. Now for our medical advisory team, I already mentioned a lot of them. Dr. Rita McGuire heads up the medical advisory board. She is an OB-GYN here in the Chicagoland area with over 30 years and having delivered more than 8,000 babies. You also have this fine line of medical advisories, as I said, social workers, MDs, PharmDs, psychiatrists, psychologists, nurses, nurse practitioners. And guys, what we're so excited about, they're not only using our products themselves, but recommending them to their patients. So let me talk about the industries that we participate in. See, we started out with CBD, which is a $7 billion industry. And we have added hair care at $87 billion. We have a skin care line. That's a $190 billion industry. We started with our essential oils. That's a $20 billion industry. When the pandemic rolled around, we went into wellness and the immune industry, and that's $3.4 trillion. And now weight loss with our Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0. These are a line of products. As you see, we have a fine line. We have our tinctures, which you take internally. We have our smokables. We have our topicals, our gummies. We have our Flat Belly Brew. We have our cooking oils and our seasonings. We have our shampoo and our hair care line. We have our smokables, our pre-rolls. And guys, we have both power, which means you're going to get 0.3% of THC in that product, because that's the legal amount of CBD that you can have, THC that you can have in CBD. But then for those that take random drug tests, we have our pure product line. It comes in both tinctures as well as our gummies. So ask the person that might invited you if you are a guest, which we're recommending. Now, our number one selling product, guys. Can you believe we introduced this? I took my first 21-day cleanse almost a year ago this month. Can't believe it. But it's our plant-based for your blood type. This has changed so many lives in addition to all of our other products. But just look at this phenomenal example. We were just sharing this afternoon with a whole group of women, and we were featuring Beatrice Foster, who this picture is. She started in August, and by probably January, this is what the difference that the flat belly lifestyle has made in her life. And not by now, this was probably taken around January or February. She was able to win a trip for losing and transforming the most with our flat belly lifestyle. And since that time, I see pictures of her. She's working out, she's maintaining, and that's what we love so much about the flat belly lifestyle. Look at the testimonies. See, I can tell you facts all day long, but stories sell each and every time. Erica Zachary, look at her before and after. Sylvia Covington, before and after. Tanisha, look at her, phenomenal pictures before and after. Pictures tell 1,000 words. Deborah Blackman Paris says she didn't even realize her before picture. Now look at Miss Gigi Harris. She knows I call her China doll. Do you see her before? And her transformation has been over a few years, but once she got that weight down, she has never been her before ever again. I absolutely love the way this lady works out, and I'm not going to even tell you her age. Look at Bernadine Kirkland and Gerald West. Oh my goodness. Look at that picture right there, guys, and see what happens when you're around like-minded people and we're all on our path to being healthy. You do not want to change. And so ending with Mary Graham on this picture, her before and her after. Those results, guys, came from the flat belly lifestyle. And now I'm going to bring up our phenomenal CEO. Again, you heard an introduction, but I have known her 17 years, and this phenomenal young lady has changed so many lives, impacted so many lives. She impacted my life the first day I met her. The day before, at 33 and a half years old, she fired her boss. How many people do you know that fired their boss? Well, here's one, and she is more than qualified to take this company to $1 billion. And guys, think about it, because you didn't get on Amazon, you didn't get Google, you didn't get Bitcoin, but now here is Wakana. With that said, back to you, Melissa.
Wow, thank you so much, Phyllis, for laying it out, guys. I mean, you're having a chance to really see how our company operates. You had a chance to hear more about the team behind this. And so I'm going to talk to you now about our business model, because this is really what makes us unique. You know, most of the time when you ask someone, you know, what would they like to do in life? People often say they want to own a business, but when you think about a business, sometimes you think about a franchise, right? And when you think about the cost involved with that, people spend millions of dollars, which means most people can never have an opportunity to do something like that. What's phenomenal about Wakana is we've spent that kind of money. We've invested the hundreds of thousands of dollars so that people all across the country, people across the world could literally have a business in a box. But yes, we do have a brick and mortar, and we do have a vision where we're going to roll out more brick and mortars across the country. And we're going to have an opportunity for many of you to benefit from those unique strategies that we're putting in place. But if you look at our business model, yes, there's our We Cafe, there's our Wakana for Life corporate headquarters. And for our distributors, we've actually taken that model and put it in a box where you now can have little mini franchises across the country. And that's been very exciting. In this business model alone, you know, we've built now over 25,000 customers, thousands of distributors. But here's the reality. The reason why we chose to go this strategy is because oftentimes when there's opportunities out there, and I know many of you are on the line from Illinois, And you saw what happened, with even the weed industry, with what happened. Oftentimes opportunities come, but they don't come knocking at our door. And here's what we've learned. We've learned that when they deny you a seat at the table, you have a choice. And that choice is either you can accept the status quo and you can go work a job or do something else, or you can create your own table. And that's what we've done here at Wakana for Life. We're empowering people all across the country to actually have their own business, not only in the CBD and the cannabis space with the legal limit of THC in our products, and that's the power line that Phyllis talked about, but also now a wellness brand. So we've even expanded past that. And so when you think about our business, and when we first started back in 2019, I think about our humble beginnings, but I also look at what other companies have done. And when you think about what does it look like for a company to grow, and what is the ideal growth for a company? And if you look at a startup company, ideally, most companies have a target to grow between 15 and 25%. The reason why those are good numbers, because it allows a company to grow strategically, not too fast, not too slow, but it allows them to build a solid business. Now, here's a saying that I saw and I read the other day, and it just blew me away. It says, when America catches a cold, Black America gets pneumonia. I don't know if any of you could relate to that, especially if we have any Black and brown people on the line. And I know probably 98% of the people on this line are Black and brown people. And you've seen the devastation that's happened, during the pandemic, during this whole shutdown that happened across the country. And then even now that we're in the process of going through a major recession. But here's what's been exciting. Our company, despite all of that, do you know that we've actually grown 30% year after year? Even when I think about 2022, which is this year, which has been a brutal year for most companies. In fact, when you hear companies like Walmart, who were so excited at the beginning of the year, thinking they were going to have about an 8 or 9% growth and make some profit, they're now saying they're going to be negative numbers this year. In fact, they put a report out to their investors because they had $60 billion in inventory that they're not able to sell. So think about that and think about this company. This is why we know that we are destined for so much bigger. If we can go through all of this, start our company in 2019, right before the global pandemic, right before the global shutdown, right before this economic recession, this unprecedented war, but have this type of growth. What we know is this has actually prepared us, right, for the next few years, because we've been through challenges just like everyone in this world. But look at what's happened. We've managed to actually exceed the expectation and the ideal mark for startup companies. And so I want to share something else with you, because tonight you're going to have an opportunity not to be an investor. This is not an investment meeting at all. You're going to have an opportunity to do something even bigger than that. Because with investment, it means companies have to make a profit. And when you make that profit as an investor, you're going to get a piece of that profit based on the percentage you own or how many shares that you have. And so if you look at our strategy, we've always built this from the beginning to have about a 10% profit margin. And that's healthy, that's strong, that's exciting. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. But the reality is this: you, as a founding member, don't wait for profit. You're going to actually be in a position where you override every single dollar that brings into this company at 1%, and then it's shared amongst our founding members. And so if you want to look at our gross sales over this same time period, over the last 3.5 years, about $8 million in gross sales. That happened over about a 40-month period. That averages out to be about $200,000 per month. Now, despite the fact that we started this company with extremely humble beginnings, I always told, people around me, I said, I would never start or own or operate a network marketing company unless I had at least $10 million to throw into that, because that was pretty much the number that we knew you needed. But when you have something so big, when you have something that's destined to be great regardless, we were able to start our company with not even $500,000, guys. We're talking about a few $100,000, and we've created a company that's now doing over $8 million in sales. And I want you to look at this too, because for those of you who are part of our business, you know that we've actually paid out in the last 3.5 years $3.5 million. So this is money that our company took in as revenue, and we've paid that out to distributors all across the country, guys, and we're just getting started. That actually is about 44% of the revenue that we're taking in. It's going back out, and this is the way that revenue that we're paying out has actually been divided when you look at different components of our comp plan. But now let's look at the 1%, guys. If you look at 1% of $8 million, that's $80,000. This is the amount that we've actually already paid out to our founding members. And again, this is the beginning of the beginning, which is why we're so fired up and excited. Because one of the things you're going to learn is we've actually started a new strategic branding. And a part of this actually kicks off January the 1st. But if you look at our business model as it is today, over the last 3.5 years, and if you look at who we've appealed to primarily, it's been an African-American base, which makes sense because we're African-American people, but a lot of our marketing was geared towards African-Americans. And that's great, but when you think about the percentage of African-Americans in this country, that's about 13%. And when you think about the fact that we primarily appeal to women, that really brings our share down to about 7%. And so if you really want to grow, the other strategy that we knew is we really want to diversify. If you look at the multi-level marketing, the direct sales industry, 74% of participants are women, okay? And when you think about our strategy for 2023, that's going to make this so exciting, is we are now building a multicultural brand. And what that does, it actually opens up a bigger market share. And even if you look at the fact that, yes, primarily we appeal to women, that still means about 55% has been what expanded right in front of us. And that actually gives us a dramatic increase in our target market. So can you imagine a business where you have the opportunity to take what you've done times 8 and now magnify that, because that impacts every component of our business, including our founding member position. And why affiliate marketing? If you look at affiliate marketing, do you know that it is the #1 way that 40% of US merchants acquire customers? Do you know that more than 80% of brands are utilizing affiliate marketing programs? So it just makes sense. We picked the right business model, and now this is our time to explode, and you can become a founding member of all of this. And if you're like many people, you might have not understood the power of the direct sales industry, the power of companies like Mary Kay and Herbalife, who do billions of dollars. They pay billions of dollars of commission. And if you compare the MLM industry to even the NFL, I know some of you probably didn't make the call tonight because they're watching NFL, and people think, hey, that's the industry to be in. You know, everyone wants to become a professional athlete. But if you can compare our industry to even the National Football League, I mean, look at that, guys. We're talking about a $9 billion industry versus a $190 billion. So we know we've picked the right industry. And so again, how would you like to share 1% of our company's gross revenue? And you have to decide, what is your goal? Perhaps your goal is to leave a legacy. Perhaps you want to just reach some goals. Maybe you want to hit diamond in our company. And that means that you are actually having hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales go through your group every single month. And so we release now our founding member opportunity. And so for new people, if you're just getting started and you haven't had a chance yet to buy any of our crown jewel packs that start at $7.99, you have an opportunity also to come in as a new founding member of our company. You're going to receive a value that's $2,700 in value. But guess what? Your cost is $17.99. And what's exciting about this is you're actually receiving product that you can use, you can consume, or you can retail that product. And what that does for our founding members, it puts them in a position where now everything else becomes what we call gravy, right? Because you can make your money just through your own products, but now receive a check every single quarter off what the company is doing. That is absolutely exciting. And so here's the full product list. And what's exciting about this, you as a brand new person, when you purchase this pack, Do you know that $200 goes right back to you? You get $200 right back in cash. And then another $200 goes right back to you in free product credits. So if you subtract that, that actually brings it down to more like $13.99. And again, you can now go out, sell those products, recoup what you paid, and now everything else becomes gravy. Now we allow up to 3 shares per distributor for this year. Some of you already have been founding members since 2019, so everyone has an opportunity to add 3 shares onto wherever you're at. If you're at 2, you can add 3 more to that. If you're at 4, you max out at 7. So every person who's listening to this call has an opportunity to add 3 shares onto whatever your current shares are now. And if you're starting from scratch, well, then guess what? You get to max out at 3. Now, your second pack isn't $17.99. The second pack is actually now at our crown jewel price, which is $8.99. And so this is the price also for anyone who's already in our business. And let's say you started at $7.99 or maybe the $9.99 pack we've had. That makes you what we call a crown jewel. So you have the opportunity to get a founding member pack at $899. Now, again, every single person can get up to 3 shares for 2022, adding on to whatever you already have. And if you're starting from scratch, guess what? You're going to be able to max out at 3 of those shares. And so this is the product packs. You can take a screenshot. We'll share this on social media. We'll send some emails out as well. And here's what we also wanted to put on the table. For the first 100, there's some extra special perks for you. We've actually created these micro dispensaries, kind of a business in a box. And now normally you would have to pay for that, right? You would have to buy that, but we're going to actually provide that to the first 100 for 2022 free of charge. And I will tell you that people have already started committing to this. And so I know that's probably going to fill up by the end of the week. We'll probably have our first 100 already. And so here's the other thing that happens. We have a brand new founding members wall that's being erected at our corporate office. And it also puts you in a position, just like our other founders, where you're going to be featured on our wall as a founding member of our company. See, you've actually told our story. You know, many of you have talked about, you know, the 4 of us who started this company back in 2019. But now we want to tell your story. This next chapter, it's about you. And the sky is the limit. And so to give you more details on how the program works, some of the benefits of what happens when you purchase the founding member pack, it allows you to actually receive some additional perks in our comp plan. So Phyllis, I want you to go ahead and take it away and share some of those amazing perks that everyone's going to have a chance to experience.
Screen, can you do the screen right now?
I sure can, no problem. I'll keep sharing. You got it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So
There we go.
be on point. So I'm excited again. Was that not a phenomenal opportunity? By the time we get off the phone, Melissa, that 100 will probably be already gone. So get paid as a sapphire. How does that happen, guys? To me, when I talk to a new person coming into the business, my goal is to always get them to sapphire. Why? Because they override the entire company. And so with the purchase of the new member founding pack, you are paid as a sapphire for 6 months. Not, you won't share in that overriding. You have to actually earn it, but you will get paid the 6 levels. And if you didn't do that, you'd probably be leaving money on the table. This is going to be paid. So as getting paid as a sapphire with the purchase of the new members founding pack, you are paid as a sapphire for your first 6 months. This paid as status doesn't include, like I said, the crown jewel revenue pool, but it does include the 6 levels of team overrides. Now, to maximize your success, you want to also be able to come in and get started and find out what your team is doing as well as you. So you see what you would be leaving on the table. You see these 6 levels of people getting started. And with an opportunity like we have right here, you don't want to miss those 6 levels because your team is going to grow pretty rapidly. So how do you qualify? equals 1 share for every month you qualify with 3 retail orders. How do you get paid on a quarterly basis? It's you and 2 customers. You need to have 3 customers each month in that quarter, and you can be your own customer. And from now through all of 2023, those same 3 monthly customers will qualify your customer requirements. This means instead of needing 6 customers per month, you would only need 3 customers for the entire year. That pretty phenomenal? Now, the customer requirement. We are waiving the customer requirement until January 1st, 2023. Did you hear that? Waiving it for everyone who pre-orders on or before November 1st, 2022. That's the early bird special. Once 2022 starts, you will need 3 retail customers monthly. That should be 2023. 1 customer could be your retail purchase yourself. And if you miss a month, guys, you're not penalized. You just don't get paid as a founder for that month. But if you have 2 out of the 3 months in that quarter, you will be paid for the months that you have 3 customers. Now, how do you earn more shares? Well, as a Pearl, that's our first rank, you get 3 shares for each month you qualify as a Pearl. If you're a Sapphire and you qualify as a Sapphire month for those 3 months each month, you'll get 6 shares for each month you qualify as a Sapphire. For a Ruby, you'll get 8 shares for each month you qualify as a Ruby. For an Emerald, you will get 10 shares for each month you qualify as an Emerald. And for Diamonds, you get 12 shares for each month you qualify as a diamond. So Las Vegas, guys, we have been having virtual conferences, and now it's time for us to step out. So who wants to go to Las Vegas? Our conference will be in Las Vegas, and it'll be our Ruby Retreat for 2023. Who wants to come with us? Diamonds in Dubai. Well, guys, I know. See, if you're thinking about going to Dubai, if you're thinking about going to Vegas, this is the time to hit those numbers, because the Diamonds will have a Dubai trip in 2024. Somebody's saying they're in already. So I'm going to give it back to our phenomenal CEO, Melissa. Take it away.
Wow, Phyllis, I know how much you love traveling, and that's one of the exciting parts of what we do. We literally travel. We took a team to Jamaica. I believe it was 31 people to Jamaica. We did our retreat in Chicago back in 2020. So we're always having fun ways to travel and really share these opportunities with our team. And so let's talk about some of the logistics now. Product fulfillment. When do you expect to get your pack? Our founders packs are available for pickup starting on November the 14th. They're going to start shipping out on November the 15th for those who pre-order now. Let's look at exactly what you need to do when you pay via e-wallet. Some of you are distributors, which means you've already earned money from us. And some of you take that money every year, and what do? You invest it into the Founders Program. I'm not going to call out any names, but I know someone on the line right now who's made over $7,000, and she's been saving that because she says, I want to utilize that for the founding member program, okay? So you're going to be able to pay via e-wallet, which is your own Wakana money, cashier's check, or money order. You're going to actually save $100 because the normal price is $9.99, but we're actually discounting that for everyone who takes advantage of the pre-order special in the month of October. And so your check will be for $899.95. Many of the states, you don't have to worry about sales tax. If you have any questions, call our customer service team. They can clarify whether or not sales tax applies. If you are here in Chicago, sales tax does apply, and you need to make those checks payable to, don't say Wakana, say Wakana for Life. You need to put the full name there, Wakana for Life. Otherwise, you'll get a phone call, and that'll delay your processing. If you're a new founding member, it's going to be $1799.95. If there's no sales tax for you, that's how you're going to make your check. And it's going to be payable to Wakana for Life. And again, the same opportunity for you where you're actually saving money, because this pack is normally going to be $19.99, so about $2,000 but you're going to save that $200 by purchasing it during our pre-order special. So when you mail your payments in, you can mail those to Wakana for Life, and that's in care of our founding members, 411 East 35th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. This is actually our Wakana headquarters. Now, we always get people who want to pay sometimes via the MasterCard or American Express. Maybe you have that Black American Express, you want to get your travel points, your rewards. Well, you can do that, but there is a fee for that because we actually incur an additional 5% fee. And so that is something you would have to absorb in the event you want to pay via credit card. You actually would call our customer service team at 1-888-312-0420, and you can make that purchase right through our customer service team. And these are the amounts. So $949.95 if you're paying via credit card, or $1899.90 for those of you who are new founding members. And again, this is the price that will be there up until November the 1st. After that, you would have to add on the additional fees. And after November 1st, there's no credit card processing fee that applies. So you'll be able to go online and do it, but you will be paying the higher price. You still save a little bit of money by doing the credit card now with that surcharge. And so let's look at the payout schedule. That's the other fun part. People look forward to receiving these founding member checks. They want to know, when am I going to get paid out? And so this is our payment schedule that we post every year. Even though we say between the 15th and the 22nd, typically it does pay out on the 15th, but just know that it will be anywhere from the 15th of the month until the 22nd of the month. And those get deposited right into your back office, which means in order to be a founding member, you have to become a distributor, right? So you have to actually register with us. You're gonna have an e-wallet, and all that money is paid in your e-wallet. And this is the schedule for the upcoming year. And it's pretty much every quarter. So in January, April, July, October, those are the months in which we pay out the founding member commissions. And so what are the average shares? That's a question we get a lot. What are the average? So over the past few years, our shares have averaged around $4 per share. This number fluctuates based on how many shares we have that are qualified for the month and what the revenues are. But here's what's really exciting, guys. Every year, this number has came down slightly because we keep adding more new founding members. But remember the announcement we made at the beginning, this is the last year, which means this pool is about to close out forever. So that means as the revenues grow now, you no longer have to compete with new people becoming founding members because it stops with this group, which is why we're all just so jacked out of our minds about this. I mean, even as owners of the company, most owners know, hey, listen, guys, it's really looking at your profit, right? And that's how owners get paid. That's how investors get paid. With founding members, you get paid just like the light bill. It happens automatic every single month, regardless of profit. There is a check that is guaranteed. And that's exciting, knowing that this is the year that it closes out. So you are at the right place at the right time. You just got to recognize it. Now, one thing I also want to clarify is this is not an investment. I'm going to emphasize that tonight because a lot of times I hear people talk about, hey, I want to invest in Wakana. Now, I want you to think about Amazon. Amazon took about 7 years before they were able to pay their investors. And by the time they paid their investors, that first check, their shares were worth about a penny, right? A penny. So can you imagine waiting 7 years and to get penny shares? We're telling you already, on average, ours are about $4. But again, it's not that you're waiting on profits, which means this is not an investment. You're getting paid guaranteed, provided that you met the criteria that Phyllis outlined, and that's having those 3 customers. You can be one of those customers. And for those of you who act now, all the way up until the end of the year, we're waiving that customer requirement. So this gets truly exciting. So you need to act now, take advantage of the early bird price. You want to maximize those extra points too, because with our Founders Pack, for those of you who are looking at this strategically, maybe you're in another business and you're really looking at, how do I go Ruby? How do I go Diamond? With the packs, we've actually built into those packs extra points, which means you spend 800, but you're getting 1,000 points towards our comp plan, which means there's even more money we're paying out because we've built into that these extra packs. And by doing it now, you get to maximize those extra points, because as the price goes up, it just means the margin is going to be decreased slightly. So you're not getting the same benefit in the month of November. Also, too, we waive those customer requirements for the remainder of this year. And of course, the first 100 are going to receive that limited edition box, which is truly exciting. And so we wish you the most financial success, not just for this year, but for every year. So this is the time now you want to start setting your goals. You want to make it your plan to go diamond. For those of you who want to go diamond, you want to join us in Dubai. You know, this is the time we make our list too, so we can build our business. We can build with customers, book parties, ask for support, right? This is the perfect time of year to ask family and friends to shop online with you. We know that CBD and wellness products, this is not going anywhere. This is an industry that's growing. It's growing by leaps and bounds. And so go get new customers. Also, too, you can give gifts. You can use your own website to shop, give the gift of health, and guess what? Also the gift of wealth. Attend our calls and webinars so that you can learn more. Reach out to your team so that you keep them connected. Schedule those three-way calls. You know, add people to our Facebook groups. That's one of our strategies. Make sure that you follow up, because guess what? You know, the fortune's in the follow-up. And most importantly is we want you to be a part of what we believe to be the greatest transfer of wealth. And that's putting you in a position to override 1% of our company forever. And now what I want to do, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of extra tonight. We have a quick little sneak preview, because in just 2 weeks, we're about to make the biggest announcement since the inception of Wakana, okay? So we are super excited. We've had a chance to share a lot of this with our diamonds and emeralds, with our rubies and sapphires, and I'm gonna give you guys just a little taste tonight, okay? Not the full entree, right? But just a little appetizer, okay? And so we have our new strategic direction. You know, I talked about the fact that how we're building a multicultural, inclusive brand that's gonna really help us expand our market share. We're gonna see some big growth. Super excited about that. But we actually have been working with some phenomenal, talented people. One of them is a gentleman that owns this company right here. He's had a chance to pour into us for actually almost 2 years now. And if you go and just do some research on this guy, I mean, we're talking about everyone from Russell and Sierra Wilson. You know, he works with the A-list in Hollywood, okay? He's a brand specialist. He helps take your brand to the next level, and he only works with the billion-dollar brands. He saw enough in us to give us some first free advice, and then we started working with him and collaborating with him on some phenomenal projects, right? But some of the people that have actually spoke so highly of this guy, and his name is Michael Gillespie, by the way, but people like Steve Harvey at the NFL honors, you know, he just talked about how humble Michael is, but how powerful he is, and how he really is the brand strategist. If you've ever heard of Cakewalk, Cakewalk is actually the largest privately owned yacht ever built in the United States. And he is their creative director. He does all the videos, all the promotion. In fact, if you look at the full list, I mean, I'm sure you're going to see companies that you might love, whether it's Louis Vuitton, whether it's Tiffany's. I mean, he is the real deal, the who's who. And he thought enough about us just by listening to one of our videos. He was impressed, you know, reached out to me through a business partner who had introduced him to Wakana and shared some ideas with me. And then I had a chance to introduce him to Phyllis and Dr. Rita, and the team just fell in love with his ideas, because he has a lot of ideas. And the reason why he took the time, because he truly believed that we have what it takes, right, to go to the big leagues, to hit that $1 billion and beyond. And so what I'm telling you is this next direction is totally top secret. So I can't give you all the details, but what I can tell you, it's a part of our new rebranding strategy. And so the first of the year, we have this amazing new branding strategy that's going to really help us to attract a multicultural, diverse group from all across, not just here in the United States, but globally, because yes, we're going to take our brand international, and we are super fired up about that and what that will mean for you as a founding member to be a part of a pool that no one else can jump into, okay? I mean, no matter how big the sales are in Nigeria or China or Europe, you guys are the 1% pool. So if we introduce another pool, guess what? It will never be what this pool is. It may be 1% of profit, right? Which means this, your value is over 100 times greater than anything else we're gonna bring for new people that are coming on board beyond this founding members program. So we have our rebranding strategy, which is exciting. For those of you who are in our business, one thing I will share with you, you're gonna hear more about this at our pajama party on October 21st, but we are now introducing 12 ways for you to get paid. You heard it right, 12 ways for you to get paid. I mean, we've been excited about 7 ways, but adding 5 more to our current income that's already paid out $3.5 million out of $8 million. I mean, that's exciting, okay? But also too, for those of you who've been a part of what we're doing and you're great retailers. So we've taken care of our diamonds, we've taken care of our rubies, but some of you are just great at finding customers. Well, we're gonna start an annual retreat where we take our top retailers on an amazing retreat every single year. And I know some of you right now are already fired up just hearing that, because you are some of our most amazing retailers. And we want to really help you know that we care about you and we want you to be a part of this in such a big way. And so now, I call this the mic drop moment, because I'm going to let you in on a window. Okay, this is a window that you're going to see. We're going to be explaining more of this at our pajama party, October 21st. But when you really think about the 4 pillars, right? When you think about where life is right now, and you think about the hottest industries, you think about the hottest trends, right? We know that health and wellness by far, because without health, we have no wealth, right? So we know that that already is a $3.4 trillion industry. When you think about what's going on with wealth education, wealth coaching, when you think about even Bitcoin, when you think about crypto, when you think about all the different areas of growing and developing wealth, that in and of itself creates billion-dollar companies, guys. And guess what? We're bringing a component to our company that's going to blow the industry away. In fact, a lot of times we sleep on things, right? Because we just don't get it. Many people are still sleeping on Bitcoin because they don't get it. But guess what? The cryptocurrency industry, it's about to hit $1 trillion. It's about to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And we've got to pay attention, guys. And so imagine with our 4 pillars of health, wealth, and then when you think about freedom, what do you think about? You think about lifestyle. I think about villas, Phyllis. I think about some of the exotic trips we've taken around the world. And there is nothing more rewarding than travel. When you think about how travel is a $7 trillion industry, and we bring components to our business, not only do we give you free trips around the world, right? But we're actually bringing something else that's going to allow you to travel with us at exclusive prices just because you are connected with our network, okay? And so now that puts us where there's another $7 trillion on this table. And then when you combine that with home-based business and how it's a $190 billion industry, and then you look at the fact that all 4 of these sectors are what we call growth sectors. See, a lot of people are struggling right now, but it's like that book, Who Moved My Cheese? We're just putting our fishing pole in the wrong place. We got to move that fishing pole into the area in which there's plenty of fish, there's plenty of money. And when I think about home-based business, it really makes me think legacy, because it's something you can pass on to your children's children. We can now build our own table for our kids to eat, and we don't have to be dependent on someone else to give our kids jobs, because we create jobs. We can set our kids up to be founding members of a company that is truly building a legacy brand, and you can be a part of that in such a big way. We have 2 powerhouse women who are going to help us take the wealth sector to the next level. In fact, we were at an event at our home office with the powerhouse, Michelle Renee, and many of you have already been coached. We had her at our conference in 2021. She told us something. She says, they're putting us in a position where we will own nothing and be happy. I want you to think about that for a second. We will own nothing and be happy. See, we've got to turn that around so that we can be business owners. We can be landowners. We can own currencies, guys. And that's the power of what you're doing when you connect with the right network. And they're going to put together this package and program, guys, that you've never seen in the wealth building community, because this is a lady who back in 2008, I don't know what you were doing in 2008, but in 2008, she was the vice president of Merck, top ranked Black female in that particular company, okay? And do you know that they were already talking about Bitcoin back in 2008? Now we're looking at it as about to hit $1 trillion. And many people that are on this line, I can tell you right now, you might not even have any Bitcoin at all, right? Any currency. So we've got to educate ourselves so we don't get left behind. We don't want to be that sector that owns nothing and sitting around happy owning nothing, right? We got to change that mindset. And then we have Lynn Richardson. If you've ever watched Good Morning America, if you've ever watched the Steve Harvey Show, this is a lady who is so sought after in the wealth building community. And she's now going to be providing to us access for our distributors, guys, where you're going to actually have a chance to learn practical skills on how to take your life to the next level. And so those are just some of what you're going to hear at our pajama party. So make sure you mark your calendar, because you want to make sure you understand what we're about to do and how you can be a part of it. We know that this will be one of the greatest transfers of wealth of our lifetime, guys. And it's right here. It's right in front of us. And guess what? It's what we're doing and what we're offering. And here's my last statement that I want to make. 2023. If you reflect back on 2020, 2021, right? You think about what you've been through. Even this year. I mean, I know it hasn't stopped yet. The hits just keep coming, right? But guess what? While some people are sitting there taking the hits, there's wealth happening right now. There's brand new millionaires. There's brand new billionaires that are happening every single day. And what I declare for you, what I declare for your family, your legacy, that if you get connected with the right people, with the right team, of people that actually care and want to see you succeed, that 2023 will be the best financial year of your life. But you got to be in it, guys. You got to pay attention and you got to take action. And so with that being said, I know we have two more of our C-suite that are on the line. And so as we wrap it up, we want you to hear from them, because these are two guys that are there beside us, helping us to make big moves, really a part of a lot of what you see, and just so proud to be in business, so proud to have them a part of our C-suite. And so without any further ado, I'm going to first bring up Ron Archie. I know you're out there. I want you just to share with everyone, as our CFO, why you're so excited, and let them know just a little bit more about you, Ron Archie. Is he muted out, Christian, my technical expert?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. Good evening, everyone. You know, the thing that I want to point out or emphasize, Melissa, is that I'd like everybody to just imagine what you said just a little while ago. 1%, $4, the 1% representing $4 per share on today's revenue, cumulative revenue. Now, take that 8 million and expand it over the next, I don't know, year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. What do you think is going to happen to that revenue? And what's that $4 going to look like as we get down the road? That's all I need to say. Use your imagination to figure out the rest.
Wow. Now that's exciting, Ron, because I'm sitting here thinking right now about what it's going to look like, right? It's going to be game changing, right?
Absolutely.
That is so awesome. And Ron, I know we have Christian out there too. Christian is our Chief Operating Officer, comes to us by way of State Farm, one of their executives. And Christian, we're just so blessed to have you on board the team, really helping to help manage and control and run our operation. So can you come up, take the microphone, and just share with them whatever's on your heart?
All right, Melissa, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
So, I'm probably need a spotlight because, I'm technical. I have a video feed and I have an audio feed. So you probably just see my standalone picture right now, not my video. Let me make myself spotlight. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my actual video here. So one of the things I wanted to bring to the, just to the forefront, what you've heard today, and back myself up, what you've heard today, as well as what some of you have been privy to in the past couple of weeks, is that, we have an opportunity here, the opportunity to create multiple streams of income. And as my peer Ron might be able to allude to, is that money does not disappear. And Melissa actually mentioned it earlier today. It just goes to the other side of the equation. And the true, I guess, question that you need to ask yourself is, what side of that equation are you going to be on? And essentially, Wakana is creating this platform for you to create opportunities for your family. And some people might not just be looking for financial opportunities. Some people might just want time freedom. I know me personally, I mean, my portfolio is comfortable. However, I do lack sometimes not being able to go to my niece's graduation. I'm not graduation, I'm sorry, I made it there, but to her recital, or to one of my nephew's football games or something like that. So time freedom could also be, one of the reasons why you decide to kind of use this vehicle in order to create that generational wealth that we hear so many other people talking about. And just the opportunities that's been presented of waiving. I mean, this is like actually the first time I heard this part, that we're waiving that 3 customer sale in order to be able to qualify for those shares. Because it's ironic, because my entire weekend actually was committing to paying out the founders that qualified for July, August, and September, and making sure that those qualifications as it relates to their 3 customers, to see if they qualified for what tier with the sapphire, the emeralds, and stuff like that. So finance and I actually go back and forth with that. And so just hearing that alone, I mean, I mean, that's phenomenal. And so, and one thing I do challenge is when I look at the data of actually looking at someone to qualify, I'm looking for 3 sales. So essentially what that looks like is I have a list of all the sales that have been generated over the month of July, August, and September. And I look at who sold those. And if I see 3 and they're a founder, essentially they're a go. If I see 3 and they're not a founder, then it's not a go. I have seen so many names on these lists that qualify, but are not positioned. And what that means is that they're leaving a stream of income on the table. And as Ron already mentioned, $4 today could be $4,000 a share in 2 years. It could be I mean, if it's the Amazon type growth, exponential growth, compound interest, I mean, we could kind of see that maneuvering into, I mean, we could have $15 million a share. I mean, who knows? I mean, we don't know what's happening right now, because once again, money does not disappear, it goes to the other side of the equation. So as of right now, that $4 might be on another side of the equation, but when it hits the side that Wakana is playing, are you going to be positioned? And so basically what I'm saying, and basically what we're saying, is that you have an opportunity with right now, hypothetically speaking, and my peers will correct me, but what I heard Melissa say is that a diamond gets 12 shares. You buy in and you get 3 shares. That's 15 shares. So with that period of this quarter, we're waiving all of that up until January of 2023. That means that if you make diamond this month, that's 15 shares. If you make diamond next month, that's 15 shares. If you make diamond the month thereafter, that's 15 shares. Now, the school I went to taught me that 15 times 3 is 45. So 45 shares pays out at just $1,000 a share. I think that's 45 grand. And you're going to Vegas. You're definitely going to Dubai. And also you're going to get all those commissions and those overrides. So at this particular point, I mean, the decision lies within you, but I challenge all of you all to, do what you're going to do, because guess what? Ultimately, when that decision is made, you're going to be the one responsible for it. And that's if it's made in favor or if it's not made in the opposite of not favor. So whatever that is. But what I will say is that, guys, as a chief operations officer, it's my role to support all of you all, whether that's customer service, getting the product fulfillment out. I'm always looking at new ways in terms of what priorities need to be reordered, and also, just the challenges that the brand promises, and then also, what that looks like in terms of our processes. So I've worked with many of you, but and I look forward to working with the rest of you, in the future. And as we migrate into our 2023 new vision, not going to give details as to what that is, but I mean, this is record breaking opportunity, and I challenge each and every one of you to make the decision that's in your heart. And I'll see you guys at the tip top, as we said before, at the very top. And I'll turn it back over to you, Melissa or Phyllis.
I said, we're so excited over here listening to you, Christian. I'm like, yes, Christian, because this time we're busting through the top. You just dropped the microphone on us.
Everybody gonna be diamond for sure.
Yes. And that money that you were just talking about, you just added it up so perfectly, because like you said, it's more to it because you get these other perks that maybe they're not even calculating, right? So at this point, guys, I know it's now 9:15 Central, so we want to thank you for hanging in there with us. It's amazing how there's over 200 people on the line, guys. This is Sunday night at 9:15. We still have 229 people on the line, okay? That means people are looking for opportunity, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime. So let's just see real quick if there's any questions. Maybe we'll have a time for a couple questions, but we're gonna close it out at least by 9:30 for sure. But C-Suite, if you guys can hang out on for a second. They're saying they need the recording. We got you the recording, no problem. We'll get the recording out. But any questions, guys, before we hang up this line? And I will remind you that the pajama party on October the 21st, the tickets are sold out, but no worries. There's going to be an opportunity for you to tune in via Zoom, not for the whole party. It won't be from 6 to 10. The Zoom feature will be probably about an hour and a half. So there'll be a 90-minute feature that you're going to have a chance to kind of tune in and see exactly how we lay out the new branding strategy. Okay, so if that's fair, let's see if there's any questions.
So what we can probably do, Melissa, is if they raise their hand, because everyone's muted on the call. If you raise your hand, we can unmute you.
Question, it's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Go on and say, give your instructions.
No, I was going to say if they raise their hand, we can unmute them. And because I know a lot of people are just saying, thank you, awesome, and stuff like that. I don't want any question to get mixed out of order.
And there's one question we can answer now. This is from Dr. Ross. So yes, so the waiving of the customer requirements applies for any person that decides to get additional shares starting now. So that means if you have shares from last year, you can get paid on all those shares when you buy the new pack this year. And we're going to waive your customer requirements. If you have shares from last year, but you do not buy a pack this year, you still need to go get your customers, because it's only applying for those who take action for this year. Okay, hopefully that clarifies.
So that could answer the question too, because Lakeisha, does the customer waiver for the rest of the year also? No, like she said, it has to be a new pack purchased to get that waiver of customers.
So I have a little bit of clarity. So if I was to purchase a pack now as an existing founder, would I be able to do that?
Yes. Yeah, because anyone who's on the line right now, everyone's eligible for up to 3 additional packs. So that basically means if you were with us from 2019, and let's say you're like me, I know Phyllis, we all max out at 4. And that's a clue. It's like when the owners of a company, not only do I max out, but I encourage my son, my family members, because it just makes sense. Like Christian said, we don't know where these shares are going, and you just don't want to look back and say, wow, we should have took advantage of that, guys. And so if you have 4 right now, previously, you're able to purchase up to 3, which means your max out now is 7. That means as we close it out, you're going to have 7 shares. Okay, now let's say you're brand new and you're starting from scratch. As we close it out, you can have up to 3. Okay. So every single person's eligible to buy the pack, but you can max it out up to 3 of them. Yeah.
Dr. Crawford, you can buy 3 more. Your max is 7. If you have 3, you can get 3 more this time.
Right. So your max out now will be 6 then. So you'll be able to at least get up to 6. And that's why last year we were telling everybody, max it out, guys, because you want to be at the highest number possible for yourself. So 6 is a great number. 3 is a great number. Just get in it. Like Christian said, get in.
All right, let's see. Nadine has a question. Nadine, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. You can speak now.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm excited. I'm giddy. I just want to know how much I need for 3 more. 3,000. I just want to know. Give me the base amount. what
So
I need.
depending on where you're at and if you need tax or not, it's about $2,700. So that would get you, because you're already in as a Crown, you're already there as a founder. So she's already a founding member, guys. She's already
Right.
someone who's at least came in at the Crown Jewel level. So hers is $899. So that 900 times 3, so 2,700 pretty much would max you out. And then if you're in a state that doesn't need tax, you're pretty much at $2,700.
Okay. And we can do that tonight or whenever. When are we starting?
So you can start mailing them in. We're looking at postmark when it comes to the first 100 to get the extra perks, but everybody gets every perk we talked about as long as it's in and postmarked by November the 1st. The only thing extra by being first, which means beating the rest of the crowd, is you get the extra box with it if you're part of the 100. But you can start mailing them in as soon as tomorrow, and we're going to be checking postmarks. So it doesn't matter if you live in Chicago versus California. It's all about postmark. That's how we measure who's first.
And
And
if
if you
you're
want to
in
call customer
Chicago,
service, you can do that too. If you want to pay the credit card fee, you can do that via phone tomorrow.
and if you're in Chicago, you can bring that cashier's check or money order to the office.
Yes.
And I'm in Chicago, yes.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
know. That's why I said that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
What did
Thank
you
you.
say, Beatrice? It is a call in if you're
Yes,
using your
it
wallet.
is.
Just, yeah.
Yeah. You got to call in for that. Yep. So you guys can start calling in with your wallet tomorrow as well. And our customer service team will help you get that out your wallet.
And just as a reminder, guys, because this does fall underneath my umbrella, the packs will not be shipped out, because I wrote this down, until November the 15th. If you're local, you can pick them up as early as the 14th of November. So sale will be made today, or between, if you want that special pricing, that sale can be made up until the 1st of the month, of next month. And then, but you won't actually, the fulfillment of that particular pack will not happen until, for pickups, November 14th, shipping November 15th.
Right. Absolutely. That's a great, thank you, our chief operating officer, because that's your department.
That is a great one. Because they'll be ready for that pack tomorrow.
New members, they're asking the question. So your first pack is $17.99, but your additional 2, it's $899.95. So $3,599.85. So $3,599.85 if you're starting from scratch. You're brand new, you want to get your first pack, add 2 more to it. Your second and third, you get them at the discount $899.95. Okay. And the cool thing about the $17.99, you're getting double the product. So it's not like you're paying the same thing for the same amount of product. You're getting double the amount of product in that first pack for the 18 or for the $17.99. So
yes, Veronica, you can pay half wallet and the rest by credit card. You'll just incur the 5% on the credit card.
Yes.
And
did we answer Tavares' question? Or Tavares', I'm sorry.
How much one person is it?
Yeah.
$8.99.
Yeah.
Tavares.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm getting ready to unmute Ernestine Davis. Go ahead, Miss Davis.
Good evening. I'm like on 1,000. I'm so excited I could just fly right now. Just wanted to ask, because I did this last year, because there were so many orders. Oh my God, I did volunteer. So I was just wondering, oh, my camera's off. I was just wondering, I'm sure we're gonna need more volunteers. So I'm just kind of putting that out there for people to, I don't know how it works. I know there is some protocol, but if you're retired or just have an hour, because it was crazy. I mean, it was an assembly line. It was just so many orders. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Ernestine. Thank you so much.
Yes. Christian, you hear that?
I heard it. Yeah.
So, Ernestine, you got to be working with Christian, and Christian's going to get out a protocol so that we can definitely take in as many volunteers that want to come in. We love you guys for that.
Distributors Spotify. You earn more shares by ranking, Crystal. So as a pearl, you start off with 3, you can go all the way up to a diamond, but that's how you get more shares. It's not based on the website sales, it's based on your rank.
Yeah, so Crystal, if I can give you some insight. So basically, because Melissa and I had to kind of go through this, because I built like a worksheet that calculates all of this. And so to activate your position within, and this is in regard to prior founders or prior founders as of yesterday and earlier. So if you did your 3 sales, you would basically be awarded an opportunity to be vested in the founders program for that month, based off of whatever your qualification is for that month. And then I believe there was a chart that listed, sapphires are, I know diamonds were 12. That's what caught my attention. So, but whatever that chart was, that is how that's calculated. And then so you would have 12 shares for that month. And so, as Melissa mentioned, the share payouts are per quarter. And I think Melissa's about to pull it up. So yeah, there you go. So if you were a Pearl, then you would get 3 shares. And so essentially, to even qualify for those shares, you have to buy this qualifying pack. And so moving forward, if we were in the old program, if you got 3 customers, then you would basically look at this chart to determine how many shares you would have for that month. But now that we are not qualifying that, or that qualification period is waived for the next 3 months or for the next quarter, then essentially wherever you rank on this list is what you're going to get. So if you're diamond, you're going to get 12. If you're emerald, you're going to get 10, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah,
Am
and
I
one
correct,
thing
Melissa?
to add to that, Christian,
Okay.
is if you're diamond and you get 12, but let's say you also have maxed out at 7, well, your first one is what qualifies you. So the extra 6 goes on top of that. So that means diamonds would technically get 18 shares if you are maxed out. So it depends on
Y'all
what.
hear that? Y'all better go
So
for diamond.
potentially you can get up to 18 shares every month.
18 shares. Did you hear that?
So Melissa, so when I'm hearing you, and I like numbers, and I know this is probably Ron's area, but you can get up to 3 shares per year. So you had an opportunity to get 3 shares the very first year, last year, and this year, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah, something like that.
So basically, so 6 plus, like you said, 6 plus 2 is 18. If you maximize this program from start, you would have been able to get you hit diamond, you'll be at 18 shares per month if you hit diamond this month for October, November, and December. And yeah, that's phenomenal if they were $1,000 share.
All right, everybody's like smiling right now. Okay, let's get to work.
That's right. I'll have a toast to that.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Wow. Well, this is exciting, guys. We still have over 200 people on the line. Let me stop sharing, see if there's any more questions. And if not, we're going to close it out. They said, yowza. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's Boston, Massachusetts. That sounds like yowza. Do I sound like I'm from Boston? Yowza. I love it. Let's see here. Yes, thank you.
Let's see, we have one more hand, and that's from Kit. I'm going to unmute you now.
Hello, everybody.
Perfect.
Can you show like what comes in each of the packs?
Oh, sure. We'll go back to that slide and show you what comes in. Yeah. And then for the taxes, guys, what you would want to do is look at your local taxes. But the problem is some states, because we don't meet what they call nexus, we don't have to charge tax. So if you're unclear on tax, what I would suggest is check your previous order that you've ordered in the last 30 to 60 days, or check with the person who invited you. Chances are they're going to know whether you need to pay taxes or not, because they're typically very informed with what's going on in their state. So get with your upline or your sponsor, and they can help you know those taxes, or call customer service, worst case scenario. So let me show the packs right now. Okay, one moment.
While she's looking for that, Veronica, if a person has a millennial pack or a stimulus, they must upgrade to the $7.99, and then they are eligible to buy the Founders Pack.
I'm going to show first the new founding member pack, and then I'm going to show the crown jewel pack. So there's the new member, guys. If you want to take a picture of that, we'll be posting these on social media, so you'll get those. So that's one kit, okay? And so basically you're getting just a lot of great product, everything from our hemp powered hair, our flat belly coffee, hemp MD, you're getting gummies, you're getting pain cream, Dr. Rita's rub, broads, pretty much a variety of products. You're getting cash back, $200 cash back if you're doing the new founding members pack, $200 in Wakana bucks. So there's a lot of value to that. And plus, if you're starting brand new, you're also getting access to Wakana University, your broker activation key. So everything you need to really run your business, and a lot of great product. And so this is the Crown Jewel Founding Pack, guys. I'll put that there for a few seconds. And you can see even with the Crown Jewels, they're getting $100 cash back. So that's automatically taken off the, if you pay $8.99, we give you $100 cash back. Now you're down to $7.99. Then we give you another $100 in Wakana bucks, so for free products. So you can just see the value is just incredible. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we'll do it another night. So we'll figure out another night. She said, we'll do this another night. Yes, we can do this another night. Maybe let's figure that out. So we need to talk amongst each other.
There's a question about partial payments. Are we offering that for this year?
Well, if you're doing the new members right now, let's say you're doing the $17.99 because you're a new member, then there will be an option to do the partial payment in the early bird special. With the Crown Jewel right now, not in the early bird special, but you'll have those opportunities in November to do 50% down. And we'll put some details out there regarding that. Let's see.
There's some questions about, I think these are payment processors.
Oh, no.
I think that's a payment processor, kind of like a not pay as you go, but like it sets up payments, something like that.
Oh, the challenge is because we sell CBD, we can check into that and see, but typically the financing kind of companies that do special, we're not able to do that because still, even though cannabis and CBD is legal, it's not federally bankable. So it's kind of interesting. So we'll check into that and see, but that's a great question. So maybe Ron and Kathy can look into that and see if those are some payment services that might allow us to let you guys use that. So we'll see.
What I will say, guys, and I do know this from just things that I've explored before, but like if you have like I think it's called a firm or something like that, or I mean, it may be even Pharma or Sizzle, it allows you to generate a credit card number for a merchant. And it basically, so what it does is, on our end, we would just get a card number, and then on your end, you'll get your 3 months, 6 months, however you divvy the payments up. So that might be something you might want to explore with that individual person or with that individual provider. I know a firm does it. Like if you spend $2,000, it'll pay your merchant $2,000, but it will basically allow you to split up in $2,000, just give you a credit card number for $2,000 credit limit or something like that. But it's based off of your overall relationship with them. So you might want to just check into that. I'm not sure if they have that. I know a firm does it, but Klarna and Sizzle, I'm not sure, but I have heard of those names before. Just FYI.
Nice. Awesome. Well, good stuff, guys. We're learning a lot tonight. What happened if you already crowned you? Can you move up? What happened if you already crowned? I'm not. So basically, if you're already crowned, you already received 6 months of paid as. This resets your clock. So everyone who purchases it, even those who are diamond emeralds, everybody's clock gets reset. So you get those 6 levels of overrides once you purchase that. So yeah, everybody essentially moves up, if that's your question. Oh, gotcha. So now what state are you in, Terrence? So we can figure that out for you. Just let us know what state you're in, and we'll help you out tonight. He's like, I see a good opportunity. So I understand you don't want to get delayed. He's ready to make that move. So let me know your state.
He's in New York, I think.
Also, New York, Kathy is on the line. Kathy, do we charge taxes in New York right now? Oh, Fatima, where's Fatima? Where's our team New York at?
Oh, you know what? Kathy's muted. She can't talk. Hold on, let me see. Kathy,
okay. Anybody from New York? Let's find out if we.
Okay, Kathy, you can unmute if you. Kathy, you can unmute.
Yes. No, we do not. We currently do not meet the threshold where we're required to pay sales tax there.
Oh, so Terrence, you can mail your check in with 0 sales tax because you live in New York. So that's awesome. So just perfect. Okay, perfect. And anyone who wants to watch it again, we'll get this out. So I think this is a good time to wrap it up, guys. We're going to send it out. You can watch it again. But like Terrence said, we can study long and we might study wrong, right? We want to get in, get position. Let's do this thing, okay? So I'm excited. I know the team is excited. We thank you guys. We love you all. This is going to be an epic season. Let's do this. Who's ready to go diamond? Diamond, diamond.
Yes, Gigi, we do have tickets still for the Legacy Conference, just general admission. VIP is sold out. And also, Ron E. Johnson said something about Massachusetts. Kathy, Massachusetts, they're up there by New York. You're on mute.
I think is so. Yeah, that one may be a tricky one because I know we're right at that threshold. So Bernadine,
We are collecting taxes in Massachusetts.
Yeah, so we were collecting. So Massachusetts, you got to pay those taxes. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you guys too. So wonderful. Okay, it looks like it's a wrap, guys. Thank you guys.